The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Get up to 1K in a deposit match with Stumrock Fantasy with promo code MLB. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network here for the Prop Show for Friday. It's currently Friday, August 1st. Time does definitely fly. 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Reichel, once again joined by Adam Rosenberg together. We're going to break down the props that we have for the Friday card. The first day of post-trade deadline baseball. So, Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. You and I did a pretty epic pod last night that people can catch. You did the live MLB show that has some trade reactions, and then you did my show, which had some trade reactions.
I feel like I messed up, by the way, on your show. I don't think I was drunk enough. We had a conversation in the text chat of how to drink on camera, and I was completely sober, so I kind of missed that.
I mean, I was sober. I was just amped because it was like I had you, and then I had Matt, and it was, first of all, we had Minion. So it was we absolutely had Minion. And it was probably the best pod. It didn't feel like it was an hour plus, but I think we all came out of it being like, cool, Padres, you guys go. And Cubs, what the hell are you doing?
Yes. I've said during your show the Cubs did nothing. Technically, they did two things. They got Soroka and they got Kittredge.
I totally forgot about the Soroka.
Do I like any of those moves? Not really. I'm not a big Soroka guy. I know that he has been pitching better lately. There's a debate on whether or not he'd be a long reliever in a playoff bullpen, because I know you definitely don't want to start him in a playoff game. I thought the whole NL Central was fascinating because the Pirates blew up the team. Okay, fine. The Reds bought. Crazy game against the Braves, right?
That game was bonkers, dude.
It was crazy. If you didn't know, by the way, the Braves and the Reds were tied entering the 8th inning. It was 3-3. The Braves scored 8 runs in the top of the 8th inning, and the Reds scored 8 runs with no outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8 guys reached on hits in a row, and the Braves blew an 8-run lead, and the Braves won the game anyway in extra innings. So that was
bonkers.
Bizarre. But anyway, I thought the whole division was weird for the deadline. The Reds bought, which is something we're not used to, but I think we like their moves. I know you did. The Cubs sat there and didn't really do anything. And Milwaukee sat there and really didn't do anything. The two teams that just had a series war in a series against each other earlier this week, the two teams that were basically going to compete for a division title, just sat on their asses and did nothing for the sake of upgrading. Even the Cardinals didn't really sell. And I don't really know what they're trying to do.
Cardinals never really fire sell. They also don't, I mean, do they have a lot of pieces that everybody wants?
You
got to remember, when you're trading guys, 9 times out of 10, when you are trading somebody, there's a reason, like, you don't like you. There's a part of you that doesn't want him either.
There were growing rumors that Donovan might have been on the move for the Cardinals.
By the way, I think he's low key. He's someone who people should bet on next year for league hits leader. It'll probably be a super long number, but
when healthy, the guy's really good. But he was rumored to maybe be shifted. Then again, everybody's rumored to get traded.
Yeah. Did you buy any of the Joe Ryan rumors?
The Joe Ryan rumors, it was interesting because when I did the pod yesterday, he was one of the listed pitchers. So him and Gallen, we didn't have lines on because it was like, we don't know if they're going to actually be on this team anymore.
Sure.
I thought Ryan would get traded.
Really? They got rid of everybody.
That was why I thought that he was going to get traded. I thought that they might have needed the right package to come along, but they got rid of everybody. So initially I thought, oh, Joe Ryan might stay. And then you keep seeing the names popping on the screen of just Minnesota guys just being shipped off to foreign places. And you're like, well, why would they trade everyone except for Ryan? But I guess the argument is they wanted the right package. They didn't get it. So I'm assuming Ryan might have been, I'd say if the trade deadline was maybe an hour later, maybe he would have been traded and the Red Sox might have worked out a package or something. But they claim they weren't very close to getting him in the first place.
I don't think that. I mean, it doesn't make sense given the CBA and Ryan's like options. Like, here's the reality situation. He's got 2 years left option wise. They're going to very clearly go. I always say, going to have a lockout. You're going to have the end of the CBA. It's going to cost. They're not re-signing him. it's going to cost some team whatever. He's obviously an elite pitcher. They're not a rush to trade him right now.
Like, that might be an off-season winter meetings thing, which can happen.
If you're going to trade him, I would trade. You could get a haul at the meetings.
And Miami kept Alcantara, so we did see it around the league. Some of these star pitchers that were rumored to be traded, some teams decided, you know what, we can potentially wait it out and get better offers. So,
like, honestly, this sounds stupid, but actually it doesn't sound stupid. It sounds smart, but it sounds crazy. But I could see the D-backs trading with the Twins in the offseason for Joe Ryan, because first of all, they fire sold and got a bunch of guys back from rentals. There's options on Joe Ryan, and Corbin Burns is going to be out for most of next season with Tommy John. So it's not crazy to think that that's something that they could be a partner with, since they, do clearly have pieces and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's probably going to a big market team.
There's one team I'll ask you about, which actually does involve Joe Ryan. Thoughts on the Twins trade deadline? We've seen sellers before. This might be setting a new bar for selling.
This is bonkers.
Yeah, they blew up the entire team. I'm just wondering, do you
I
like
also
the
think
idea?
that team stunk. So
yeah,
it's sort
they're
of
terrible.
like, I mean, like, well, and they weren't even terrible. They were like, they just weren't memorable. It was literally Carlos Correa, Brian Buxton, and a bunch of NPCs.
Who's currently on the IL, by the way.
Oh, of course he is.
Again, I know, but I'm saying, like, he was put on the IL for 3 days, and he came back, and all his teammates were gone. That's kind of what happened.
Did I ever tell you my story? I think I've told you. Have I told you my story about a guy named Joe Ryan in my high school who just didn't like me because he says I made too many jokes, and he's like, "You think everything you say is funny?" I'm like, "I don't think everything I say is funny. I'm just always trying to be funny."
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. And he played
the same way. So.
Played guitar in my band, and he didn't like me. And then years later, I slept with his ex-wife.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what was the name of your Fish cover band?
It wasn't. It was actually.
I'm joking.
No, it was the Aki Berg Experience, which was not named after me. It was named after a former LA Kings defenseman who was one of the first memorable holdouts in NHL contract history. We played a lot of Leonard Skinner and Bush covers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Those were not the bands I was going to guess.
No. I couldn't convince everybody to play Fish. That was those were my college and post college bands.
I respect it though. That those are, I'd say, 2 somewhat difficult bands to cover. Well, did you have a good enough guitar player for Leonard Skinner?
Yeah. My buddy Steve, he was a good guitar. I played bass for this band. It was great. We played Freebird too.
You did play Freebird. I had to ask. Okay.
Yeah. It was great.
So there you go.
With a kazoo solo. It was good. Yeah.
I hope you had a good time slapping the bass. Anyway, point is time to move on into the actual props that we have for the card for Friday. Before we get into the actual props, though, a reminder that the Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32 NFL team previews. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays each episode. They'll have one word of a 32-word phrase, a key word, so to speak. Enter the entire phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 circa future. Anyway, time to move on into the actual props that we have for the Friday card. Adam, I'll let you go first as always. What's your first prop for Friday?
I'm going to come out with a banger because this game is the noon game. So we just talked about that. That Braves game yesterday and how crazy it was, right? So let me just take a quick peek at how many guys got used on the bullpen in that game. I haven't even looked, but I bet you.
Everyone died because once again, 8 straight Reds guys scored.
So yeah, they used everybody. The only guy who seems to be available today is Bummer, which is a bummer. And Jimenez, who doesn't pitch, I guess, anymore.
Shout out to Danny Dunning, by the way, who went a grand total of 0 innings and gave up 5 earned.
He was supposed to start today.
The ERA of infinity in the game.
Anyway, my point on this all is, guess who's going to have to eat it?
It's going to be Elder.
It's going to be Bryce Elder. And my co-host on Dad's Bet Baseball has famously said, "Oh, Bryce Elder is great on the road." Well, Bryce Elder still stinks. Bryce Elder still has control issues. This Reds team is pretty elite at walking, so we're going to go with a Bryce Elder walks ladder. Okay, the whole thing. 3 walks at plus 140, 4 walks at plus 390, 5 walks, which he's never done before, but I think he's going to have the leash to do it. Plus 1100, 11 to 1. So we're going to do that. And then, but the data to back this up is just simply all you got to do is look at Bryce Elder. Look at his last 3 starts. His walk rate is near 11. His last 5 starts, it's 12. Yes, on the road, it is a little bit better. It is still 8. But you look at this Cincy team, and the Cincy team in the last 30 plate appearances against right-handed pitchers, there are 1, 2, 3. There are 4 dudes on this team who have what I would consider elite walk rates, which are walk rates higher than 10%. Again, I think this is a leash issue, and I think he's just going to be. I don't know why Trevor says the bats are going to be dead. Like they play baseball every day. So, but yeah, let's go with Bryce Elder's going to have a longer leash, so he's out there and he doesn't have the greatest control. The walks ladder is live. Let me see what he's been. His last couple starts. Had 4 against Texas, 3 against San Francisco. He's given up 3. He's had 3 or more in 4 of his last 5 starts. So, and then right-handed pitchers, if you look at the Reds have gone, the opposing right-handed pitchers against the Reds have gone over their walks line in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 straight. Glasnow had 5 the other day. Pepio had 4. Ship this. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, that should be fun. I know that we had a walks ladder earlier in the week.
That was great. The Kokanowitz.
We had Kokanowitz, who I think he went 5 innings, or not even.
I blinked, and you were like, "Yo, he has 6 walks."
Yeah, he has 6 walks, or because he had a no-hitter going, but with 6 walks in about the first 5 innings. But that was kind of crazy. I think that was 10-1 for the max. I'd say rung in the ladder. We also have some pressure on us today, though, because last episode we got everything right.
We haven't mentioned that we haven't victory lap yet?
No, we didn't victory lap. We went 6-0. We've each swept our props. So we'll see how we do this time around. Great overall episode for us.
That was really good. That was a bonkers night, too, because we played Rhythm Power Trends.
We made north of $1,000 each. It was crazy. But
at least.
Either way.
The bookies that you and I share are not – Paul's not happy. The artist formerly known as Lester is not happy.
Yeah,
it was a very good week. I upgraded our stuff for Vegas because of that night. It was great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You and I might go see Backstreet Boys at the Sphere because of this.
Are they in the Sphere?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
So,
you know what they say? Right?
What
they say that Backstreet's back. All right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What a bro date you and I are gonna have.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Anyway, point is for my first prop, I'm gonna go with a player that nobody's ever heard of because the Twins have a full roster of NPCs at this point. Did you ever hear of the name Deshaun Kiersey Jr.?
No, he got drafted by the Knicks. No, not really. I have no idea who he is.
Yeah, okay. So he is an outfielder for the Twins. The key word, allegedly, because I don't know if this guy actually exists. Just kidding. I'm going to go with his no hits at -115. So the Twins trade away everyone. He's going to be playing more, and I'll tell you right now, this guy stinks. So he has no hits in 10 of his last 11. He has no hits in 13 of his first 17 road games this season. On top of that, Gavin Williams is pitching for Cleveland, and he's allowed less than 6 hits in 6 of his last 7, mainly because the walks can be problematic for Williams, but still, the hits have not been too bad for him in this recent stretch. And lefties have been really bad against Gavin Williams. So lefties this season have 221 plate appearances against them, a 143 batting average. So pretty solid reverse splits for Gavin Williams. But the point is, you're looking at Kiersey, who is really, really bad. His batting average, in the minors this year was like 231. He was a 230 hitter in the minors this year, and he got promoted to the majors. So he might be Kreidler. I don't know, but there's a chance he might be Kreidler. But the point is, this guy stinks. And Gavin Williams, I think, is actually okay. Yes, I know that he walks some guys, whatever. That's fine. Just don't give up hits. Give me Kiersey under half a base at -115.
I like it.
NBC player. I'll fade the
NBC player. John Coulife. Sorry, my old man eyes can't say that we will have a great father-son experience.
Yes.
Were
you more of a Backstreet Boys guy or an NSYNC guy?
It wasn't. I aged out of that.
Oh, so you didn't follow?
I'm like way too old for that. No, I was all into Fish.
Okay.
I wasn't into any of the pop bands. I had Frosted Tips. Don't get me wrong, like everyone else did. But I didn't listen to either of those bands.
Okay. Well,
because I graduated high school in '99. So, and like I was like I played hockey, not on campus. So it was basically like I was like dorky shit. And because I played because no one cared about hockey, they just cared about football. And I listened to like prog rock, I guess. And like, I was always into 80s, but I was like 8 during that. So yeah. And then they got big when I was in college. And then I guess I was really into like Nelly when I got into college.
You're talking about Nelly's and it's Hot in Her?
Yeah. No, Hot in Her hadn't even come out yet. It was more like Ride With Me.
Okay. I was making sure you weren't referring to a Nelly Furtado.
Nelly Furtado was big.
I know she was. That's why I'm saying. I'm making sure we're talking about running back in the longest yard. I want to make sure we're talking about the same person.
I think that was when she got hot too. Anyway,
could be. I believe the term for her is promiscuous. I think that's the term.
Well, she like had a makeover and all that stuff. Yeah. So
no, that's because she had the song "Promiscuous Girl."
That was all part of that. Oh man, as a brand guy, I should have known that.
That was the bit I was trying to make there. That's the bit. It's fine. Cool. My mom was always more of an NSYNC person, so being an infant, she would play NSYNC a lot on the car radio.
Oh, sounds like your mom and I are same age. It's great.
Yeah. But
we should, all right.
Either way, point is
this entire bit. This is so great.
Point is either way. I'm gonna fade an NPC player who might not. I don't know if he was born when NSYNC was popular, but I'm gonna go with Kiersey under on his basis. Anyway, what's gonna be your second prop for the Friday card?
My second prop. So tied to that game, if you guys are trying to get stuff going for that Braves game, I also like the DP for the Reds in that game. All right, so we're gonna go. My other one is gonna be we're gonna go Jack Flaherty over 4.5 hits allowed at -120. 6 of the last 7 right-handed pitchers against the Phillies have gone over their hits line. Phillies are actually they hit well on the road. Now they're back at home where they hit even better. Hard hit rate of 41% in his last 3 starts. Like Jack Flaherty just gets hit. 11% barrel rate. The total, well, it was high. It went down. I don't know about that. His expected ERA of 5.2 in his last 3 road starts. Beans with the quote, by the way, of the year. Yeah, give me Flaherty. I also like if you care about, what is it? Trends. I don't really care about trends, but Flaherty's like gone over this almost every start on the road, I want to say. He's over this in 8 of his last 7 of his last 10, and he's over this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his last 8 road games, 3 straight road games, 3 of his last 4. I mean, I don't know why this is 4.5, but I'm going to walk right into it. So he's exceeded. Yeah, this is a bonkers line. So I love it.
Yeah. Also forgot to mention the Phillies offensively are pretty good. So that helps.
Yeah. And, Harrison Bader making his debut on Shabbat.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Bader hitter fan, but I think he's okay. He's fine.
Well, let's see. Does Bader have his Bader? Oh, he's not even listed here yet. But they're in
the same division. They were in the same division. I have to imagine Bader had multiple plate appearances.
Yeah, actually, that's not bad to look at. Let me just look. Harrison Bader versus Jack Flaherty. Oh wow, how about this? They both were rookies the same year.
Okay.
They're both Cardinals. They're both Cardinals rookies. Let's see. Bader, none.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's kind of surprising.
That is surprising. Harrison, they have a lot of history together. It's because they were both for Cardinals. Anyway, That's interesting. So keep going.
Yep. So what did you say the price was on that again?
I took it last night at a terrible price, but it's a better price this morning. So okay, I took it at -130. It's -120 now. So,
well, either way, point is still a solid number for Flaherty, who's been struggling a bit more recently.
They grabbed a bunch of new bullpen guys. I think they're going to want to use them right away.
Yeah. Anyway, point is 4. Get into my second prop for the card. Reminder: they're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Whose bookie?
My bookie.
So my bookie can help you bet on every sport. They have baseball, they have WNBA, they have golf, they have tennis, and of course football futures. They also accept customers on vocations. Use crypto for fast payouts and use deposits. Sign up though for an account. Use the code SGPN to get a special 100% doesn't match up to 1K. Terms and conditions by book the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have power trends for baseball and for WNBA, which have been phenomenal. We can definitely testify. They've been really good for a long time.
Wait. We should stop the press. They're freaking awesome.
Yes,
they
really have.
Even yesterday when there weren't any, it I just played the recommended, and I killed Lester again.
Yeah. So point is the power trend's been very good for WNBA and for baseball. For baseball, a lot of unders on batter hitter props, which are kind of my specialty. They're collectively hitting 70%, and WNBA power trends since the All-Star break are 27 and 16. Nice ROI of 23.36%. Down the app though, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter, and there's also a free trial connection with us. You can get a free trial for a week with Rhythm by using the link sportsgamepodcast.com's Rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props for the card. Time to move on into my second prop for the card. So I'm going to go with the strikeout prop. I'm going to go with Liberatore taking on the Padres. Again, deja vu, they faced off last week. Give me Liberatore under 3.5 Ks at minus 114. So a couple reasons why I'm going to go with Liberatore under on his strikeouts. First reason, he's had 3 strikeouts in his last 2 starts combined. His strikeouts have been falling off a cliff lately. Liberatore has gone over 100 innings pitched one time in his career, and that's this year. So we have seen his pitch count kind of drop over the last couple outings, and I do think that Liberatore might potentially go even less moving forward. We'll see. But the point is, he's not really going 5 much recently, and I do think that maybe it's because of the innings that have been increasing compared to his previous season numbers. But either way, the Padres are elite at not striking out. They're averaging the second fewest strikeouts per home game in the entire league. They're also quite good at not striking out against lefties. Liberatore, though, has not really been an amazing strikeout pitcher this season. Pitches most to contact. Padres just saw him. They only struck out 3 times against them last week. And once again, I do think that Liberatore might pitch less than 80 pitches into this outing. So give me Liberatore under on a strikeout. It's going to be under 3.5 at minus 114.
I love it. I told you this last night. I blocked it in with you.
Yeah.
That's when I nope, we're not, just not like, hey, I liked it and I forgot to bet. No, I locked that in last night. I love that bet.
Yep. So there you go. Let's go San Diego. I know they acquired some guys. We'll see if any of them play in this game. I'm assuming Laureano will, because you have a lefty pitcher. So we'll see what happens. But the point is, we like the spot to fade Liberatore. So there you go. I'll ask you, though, for your third prop on the card. What do you like as your third prop?
I have 2 here, and I'm deciding which one I want to give out. Okay, I think this one's a little bit sharper, but so Jacob Lopez 6 Ks at plus 130, and I actually kind of think that this has ladder potential too. So he's at home, and it's against the D-backs, who just unloaded everybody. There are 4 guys in the D-backs lineup who have K rates versus left-handed pitchers above 25% in their last 30 plate appearances. Data via handigraphs. That's bad, by the way, for those who want to know. I had somebody who asked me, oh, well, I need to know where the pitcher's throwing it. Like, not if a guy's striking out 1 in every 4 at-bats. You just need to know. That's very bad. And they have 2 guys in the lineup who they've acquired or they've called up recently that are taking up some of the spots. One being Locklear is going to be playing. They've already said he's going to start at first base. He had 23% K rate in the minors, and he is starting. Barossa, who is absolutely a Scott Reichel guy, and what by that I mean he is a elite dude to fade. He has been playing, and he has a 36% K rate in the majors. That's bad. So that's a Scott Reichel guy. Like that's a guy who I probably think you and I should have for 2 Ks today. These are also against lefties. Lopez has a 32% K rate in his last 3 home starts, 25% K rate overall in his last 3 starts. And I think he might even get a little bit of extra distance because the A's traded everybody worth a damn in their bullpen, including Mason Miller, which makes no sense, but sure. Andrew Heaney, Brandon Walter, Colton Gordon all went over their K prop against the D-backs. So give me Jacob Lopez 6 Ks at plus 130. And I think that we could have some fun. I think that there is potential for him to have 8 or 9 Ks because this team is just probably defeated.
Yeah, I like Lopez as a pitcher anyway. I do think that he's got good strikeout stuff. And Arizona has rolling over repeatedly.
Completely rolling.
Over the last 2 weeks. So
having multiple rookies in the lineup too, I feel like they're going to free swing. I almost thought about the walks because he's been walking a lot lately, but his stuff at home is way better. And if you have multiple guys, like 36% K, again, that's a Scott Reichel guy. He's definitely your dudes.
And I like the pitcher, so I can get behind that too. Moving on, that could in theory be a ladder maybe if you want to
Yeah.
get bold with it. So keep that in
I think
mind.
so.
For my last prop, I'm going to go with a plus money play. I'm going to go with Dirk Diggler's brother, Dylan Dingler, for this game. I'm going to go with the over 1.5 HRR at plus 135, which I think is a great price. I understand that he might be batting towards the bottom end of the order. I'm fine with it. He's had at least 2 HRR in 5 straight. He's had at least 5 HRR in 3 straight. You have Suarez pitching for Philly, who has been good, but Dingler's been amazing against lefties this season. I know Suarez pitches to contact. So Dingler against lefties, 72 plate appearances, a 329 batting average with 10 extra base hits. He's been really good for the last week or so. He's been good against lefties. Suarez pitches to contact, and once again, it's plus 135 for the HRR, not even bases. I think it's a very good price for Dingler.
Where is he in the order?
He's probably going to be batting around 7th, give or take. But the point is, Detroit, I know, has been waking up offensively.
The game, so this all fits.
Yeah, Detroit's been waking up offensively again. Speaking of dead teams, Arizona no-showed that entire series, but Dingler was good. And Suarez was a pitcher who was great earlier in the year. He's still been fine. I know you wanted him to get traded to Baltimore. But the point is, he pitches to contact. So I think Dingler can get on base a couple times. In theory, he could hit an RBI, but he's been mashing, and it's plus 135. So I like the price. Give me Dingler over 1.5 HRR at plus 135.
I like it. You were just reminding me, someone asked me last night if we have an Iron Dome cap for other players, like for you were on it, I think. Weren't you on? Did you hear CJ had said it about Ranger Suarez?
I wasn't on for that, but
okay, well, because like if it was like, if Venezuelan was like deported, would this be something that he'd be worried about? But it made me get off track, and I realized that Trump announced the presidential fitness stuff today, right?
Okay.
So probably big Brandon Nimmo day.
I'm assuming the fitness reports will be fine because you wouldn't voluntarily share bad information about that.
I don't know. It's basically if Trump has a good day, Brandon Nimmo has a good day.
So my point is, I just can't imagine the White House just not mentioning. Oh, by the way, his health reports suck. I don't see that happening.
So no, but Triple H is now on the Presidential Fitness Council, so we'll see.
Yeah. So you can read into that however you want.
Anyway, point of all this is like, my whole point is,
I don't know if we can use other players. I
don't know if we can either.
That kind of sabotages the authenticity of the bit, you know?
We've Iron Dome cap. There's no like M23 cap, so or M13, whatever it is. So yeah, okay. Let's go with anyway. I like the over in that game, so I like Suarez giving up stuff to Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts there. Separate question. Do you like the movie Boogie Nights?
I saw it in the theater.
Didn't answer my question.
I know. I loved it. It was great. Okay. Except Act 3 is a little bit flat.
I was really not the biggest fan of the movie.
I'm not a big P.T. Anderson guy.
I don't mind his creativity.
Do you like Magnolia? I just think all his movies are too long.
Oh, I hated that damn movie.
I hated that too.
Oh, Magnolia was terrible. That's the Tom Cruise one with the hair?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a really bad movie.
Movies are all too long.
I caught that movie on TV and I almost died of boredom right before Act 3.
I literally saw these movies in the movie theater. I was a junior in high school, I think.
Oh, so you had to sit through 3 hours of Magnolia in theater.
I've only walked out of one movie in my entire life. Do you know what it was? Want to guess? It came out. I'll give you a hint. It came out between 1997 and 2000.
I have no damn idea.
I'll give you a hint. It has John Travolta's in it.
John Travolta's in it. I mean, Travolta was in a lot of really bad movies, though, and then you ended up seeing, it was after Pulp Fiction. Tarantino kind of revived his career at that point. I have no idea.
It was Battlefield Earth.
I did not even know that was a movie.
It was it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Okay. I don't think I've ever walked out of a theater.
Yeah, it's the only time I did it.
I think normally in my movies I fall asleep in the theater instead. Like if I'm going to pay for the ticket, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of how it goes. But I see people mentioning Face Off. He was also in The Taking of Pelham 123, which was okay. But yeah, he's also the woman. He was the mom in Hairspray. So there you go.
Yeah, he was. John Walters, Baltimore.
Yes. But what the hell were we talking about? beforehand?
Bad movies, and you asked me if I'd see, because this was all spin off of Dirk Diggler, and you had asked me
Yes.
if I.
I
Yeah.
was really not the biggest fan of the movie. I thought that once it went to the 19, what was it? It was the 80s
By the
or
way,
the
Captain Insano got it right.
it
He
was the
always thinks
80s or
I
the
got it from her.
90s that the bad act happens in. It was the 80s because they ended the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 80s was just you could
The
just
Act
change
3 in that movie is
you can
really
just change
flat.
the channel. I
Yeah, I
understand you
agree.
want everything to come down from the emotional high, but I didn't think any plot point was interesting in
I
the
agree.
entire back half of the movie. So I was not interested at all.
Nope, I
But
agree. Good
either
use
way,
of good use of God only knows.
were you a fan of the quick scene when they are gonna rob the drug dealer and it turns out to be
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
it turns out to
they
be
immediately play Beach Boys God Only Knows as a
yes, but it
montage.
turns out to be Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2.
Yes, that's right.
So
Yeah.
that was okay, but I didn't like that character either.
I don't know, the whole thing
Not
was
the main
weird.
two. I'm talking about the other one who was
I know
trying
you're
to
talking about.
rob them. I just
Yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah.
character in the movie either.
He stinks.
Yeah, I think the only supporting character I actually liked was R.I.P. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, he's great. He steals
He's
scenes.
great in every movie
Such an
he's in.
idiot.
Yeah,
Such an
such an
idiot.
idiot. Yeah,
It's
he's
so
great in
good.
every movie he's
He's
in.
great in everything
R.I.P.
he's in.
So yeah, there you go. But I was not a fan of that movie. I tried to watch it on numerous occasions. I do not think it's a good movie. But
Terrible.
whatever. Anyway, you have anything else you want to add? Any miscellaneous props?
I like Robbie Ray under. This is why I'm not getting into another thing. I like Robbie Ray under 2.5 earned runs. I took that. I'll give that as a bonus play. Told everybody I like the Reds DP. Braves have been hitting to a bunch of them. The Robbie Ray's been outstanding on the road. And the Mets haven't scored more than 2 runs against a left-handed starter in 4 of the last 5 games. So I do like that a lot. Little concerned about him going a little bit too long lengthwise because everything else, but I don't know, man. I'm locked in on this Bryce Elder walks ladder right now.
Elder
It's
Scrolls.
just
He's ready to
Elder
roll.
Scrolls. Let's do it. That's a good game. So, yeah, I like that. I mean, there's a bunch of DPs that I have circled. I just have to do. I just wanted to get stuff out early. We have 2 early games, right?
By the way, someone reached out to me on my Twitter in my DMs, and they were telling me because we talked about some of the double plays getting pulled. He told me that it might not be getting pulled. He said that DraftKings might have been changing their interface.
I saw that.
So it might still be there. It might have just been hiding in like a different
No,
area.
it's the same place. It's just certain games haven't been posting them up.
Okay, so that's what he said. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No. I agree because they did. They made everything bolder because, like, for the surprise, Scott and I kind of share my account because I have VIP and Scott's been limited,
especially when you travel.
Before he was born. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do in Vegas. We'll have to get somebody else, but whatever.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But the thing is that they're under team props. I've been doing also when they're juiced. I've been doing a lot more over 1.5. Shout out, by the way, to the Tampa cash that we got yesterday. Yeah. That was we had absolutely no business winning that because like they went into like a 5-hour rain delay.
Well, I was gonna say you could argue that it wasn't necessarily a bad beat because we thought the game would probably get called and that would just be a void. So we were kind of free rolling in a way, and then we weren't.
Yeah, they did it though yesterday. It was awesome. And then they came back immediately. So they resumed the game and they immediately hit into one to cash it. And they actually DraftKings originally was like this is a loss. So I was like, no.
Not in my house.
No.
Another RIP. Love that commercial.
Former Sixer.
Yes, he was. But any other miscellaneous stuff? Hits? Anything?
No. I'll probably have a lot of walk stuff though later. I'll have walks and some batter Ks later.
I tried to look into Sanzatella under actually on his outs. Pittsburgh's not walking against anybody. That. So I was actually considering that, but I didn't see a walk under line at the time. I only saw overs. But
let's look.
The more I looked into it, Pittsburgh is not walking at all. I thought it was actually a very good matchup.
They're not striking out and they're not walking at all.
The strikeouts I'm going to push back on because Webb destroyed them yesterday and had 11 strikeouts.
That was, but prior to that, they hadn't been.
Yeah, but I actually almost considered taking Webb under his strikeouts on the show last episode. And then I looked into Pittsburgh strikeouts and I was not interested. I changed my mind.
Do we want Kershaw once? Let me just see something. So hang on.
Just keep an eye out for Sanzatella, who I thought had a decent walk matchup.
Yes, okay. I'm looking at it right now. So,
and his home numbers have been really good when it comes to not walking.
Let's see. Well, so here's the problem. Okay, so there are 4 guys on this Pittsburgh team who have pretty high walk rates over the last 30, but let me just see. Senzatella, you said at home?
Yeah, at home he's really not been walking anybody.
He's been for a meatball guy. He's been phenomenal.
That's why he's a meatball guy, because he throws it right down the middle. So that's fine.
His walk rate's fantastic.
Let's see. I know. It was 1.5. I just wasn't sure. I couldn't find it under last night.
It's minus 130 now. Let's see. Yeah. At home he's only gone to go over it 3 times this entire season. Yeah, I can get into this, dude. Wait, Webb walked 4 dudes yesterday. And he came to 11?
I actually don't remember.
He did.
That sounds right.
So Verlander, who walks the farm, didn't have any. Gallen didn't have any. Kelly didn't have any. I looked it up on
Handigraphs for the past 4 weeks. I think Pittsburgh is like the worst walk rate in the league.
So what I do is I usually I'll go to the pitcher and then I'll do the last 30 versus lefties, 3.3% walk rate. Last 30 versus righties, 6.7%, which is still no 6.7%.
It's not a lot. I'm just saying they have been walking significantly less against lefties, but yes, he's still.
Oh no. I'm talking about Senzatella.
Sorry.
Pittsburgh. There are a couple guys like Henry Davis who stinks.
He's terrible.
O'Neal Cruz, O'Neal Cruz is in Colorado, is going to be swinging. He's not going to take a walk. Tommy Pham is going to be swinging. He's not taking a walk.
You surprised he's still there?
Pham? Yeah, I am. To be honest. Because he had a solid year.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about him punching anybody if fantasy football hasn't started yet.
He's also blind in one eye.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah, so
the last couple of years.
I think we want this. I'll take it. Let's take it.
So that was one of my honorable mention props, which I couldn't.
No, I like that one a lot. Let's take a look at. Yeah, man. The under ones are funny. So if you have a Hard Rock consistently has the best pricing for under walks. Yeah, he's only had more than 1 walk. This is great. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. I have to do some work for my esports client and then back to all this.
Before you get into any of that work, a reminder that we are brought to you by Circa, because they're still hosting 3 of the biggest football contests of the upcoming NFL season: Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Rendismo, over 21 million guaranteed prizes. You cannot call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contests. Hang out with SGPN guys as well at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st to the 23rd, for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off your stay at Circa with code SGP15. Contest open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada. Play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy at footballcontest.com. Use code SGP. Get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by fans. You can do Investment Mania, happening all summer long. Give away 15 million in prizes. They have 2 men in first place. No waiver wire. No trade arguments. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. They're also available for Pick'em. If you want to try to create a couple, you want up to 500 times your entry. When you sign up, though, for an account, use the code MLBSGPN to get a special pick. And every time does it offer up to $1K in bonus cash. Or like fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the card. Time to move on into our best bets for the card. Adam, what do you like as your best bet for the card?
I like the Elder Walks ladder.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just a fun play to start off the day. Very fun.
And he also stinks. So
he also stinks.
Yeah. There you go. For my best bet, I had a couple options. I actually like all my plays quite a bit for the card. I'm going to go back to the NPC. Give me Kiersey under half a base at minus 115. Williams has been great against lefties. 143 batting average this season. He has no hits in 10 of his last 11. He stinks. He batted below 240 in the minors this year. Maybe I found my new Kreidler. We're going to find out. But I do think that he's a pretty bad player so far in his career. Give me the under half a base, or in other words, the no hits for Kiersey at minus 115. Anyway, time for underdog. Do you have anything you want to share for power trends or anything you want to include?
So I'm into. Let's look. I'm gonna pull this up now. It immediately goes to WNBA, which is fine. Okay, so who else do we? Let's see if there's another starter that we can take their under walk. You know what I liked? Jansen. You know who's been great? It's been Jansen Junk. At home too. Oh, want to talk about a guy who can take his under walks? You want to do the riskiness of Jansen Junk under walks? I love it. He's literally only walked 4 dudes all season.
I mean, I like it. The Yankees have been walking a decent amount, but he's a pretty solid pitcher when it comes to command. I can get behind it.
Okay, so let's do that. It's minus 180, so we would never take it normal. Is kind of my point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Jansen Junk. Let's see if he has lower. All right. I really liked that Libertor play, but let's see if there's any other guys. Let's see if Libertor do you think he maybe walks the farm here?
I don't know because we're worried about his pitch count, but I can get behind it.
No. Let's see if there's other guys. You want to do something with Joe Ryan? Joe Ryan angry smash spot because they was rumored to get traded
because they traded all his friends.
Yeah, I doubt that. He looks like a pederast with that mustache.
Could be.
Let's see. On the road, I mean, Joe Ryan's been fantastic. Do we want this Cleveland team's probably dead? Do you want to do Joe Ryan K's?
I think both teams are dead.
They're not striking out. So,
I thought about Cleveland hits actually, but I don't know if I'm going to take that.
What do you mean?
I thought about the over hits for Ryan, but I didn't like the number last night.
The Cleveland's been, so the players have been hitting.
Have. They also played against the Rockies, which helps. But
do you want me? Let me see. Let's look at Joe Ryan.
Because his outs were, I think, around like 17.5 minus 160 or something. So he might go.
The hits allowed. Ryan's been giving up a lot more. He's been.
There's something that caught my eye, which I ended up not taking in the end. But
it's a little tough. They're making contact, and they've just been, again, like you said, it's been the Rockies. I don't know if I love it.
Yeah.
What is his road game? He's been elite on the road.
Yeah, so that might just be a pass.
Yeah, and I don't want 1.5. Okay, let's keep looking. We got a couple. What was there anything else that you had researched that you really liked?
I mean, it was juicy. Thought about blindly fading Henry Davis because that guy's terrible. Even though
we can do that because we are playing.
The lower
that's risky in Colorado.
The lower 1.5 bases was like minus 140, and I just think Davis is a terrible baseball player.
I do too. So. I'm very nervous about that.
I get it in Coors.
Colorado.
Yeah, I get
it. Let me see if Rhythm has a power trend.
Well, that's why I didn't take it in the end. But there's something that I thought about.
They have in here. Let's see.
You want to back Luis Robert on his HRR again?
Why is Michael Wacha really pitching again?
I think I like Robert honestly for his HRR.
You want to do it? You want to just if it ain't broke?
I take a last episode. Yeah, I think he's cashed in 10 straight games, 9 straight games. None of the last 10.
I can do that. That's fine.
I don't know why he's still in the White Sox.
I don't know why he's still in the White Sox either. Our former favorite before Cal Quantrill replaced him is pitching today too.
Do you want to go with him?
He's on the road. He's actually terrible on the road. He's been bad on the road, and this Miami team might be frisky. Do we want to? Oh God, this Miami team has not hit lefties at all.
Oh, actually, wait a second. I see lines posted for the guy. I gotta recommend Jock again.
Okay, you want to just if it ain't broke, a Jock no hit.
He legitimately might be a bottom 4 hitter in the league at this point.
You're gonna fade another Jewish guy on Shabbat?
I actually will. He shouldn't be playing on Shabbat.
Okay.
There's no error from the ballpark, so he might have a problem. But...
So Jansen Junk lower 1.5 walks allowed. Luis Robert Jr. higher 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Jock Peterson no bases, lower 0.5 bases.
I can't believe they let him bat against a lefty yesterday. It didn't matter.
That was crazy. I watched the replay. I was like, Scott's not right about this. I'm like, Scott is very right about this.
4 at bats the entire season against a lefty, and they're like, you know what? We're down 6-0, and we have Tellez on deck. Why don't we just use Peterson? I'm like,
super weird.
What are you
doing?
He flew out anyway, but yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. But Peterson's terrible. I'll fade him.
Well, they both shouldn't be batting behind each other at all because that's a match. It
was really funny seeing
that's a terrible lineup
competing for a playoff spot. You have Peterson and Tellez back to back in 2025.
That's a terrible idea.
It was insane.
It's a horrible idea. Both those guys are Jewish.
Yes.
So the bottom of their order is like the Fertile Crescent.
Pretty much, except it's more the infertile Crescent.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so this is not huge, but we won some big ones recently. So
it's fine.
Jansen Junk lower 1.5 walks allowed. Luis Robert 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Jock Peterson lower 0.5 total bases, 4.5 X payout. Some of the shit.
Okay, there you go. Ship it.
Great.
All right, cool. That's going to wrap it up for the show. We're back once again on Monday. I'll be back later today to get into the games for Saturday. I'll be with Dylan later. Anyway, until next time, find me on Twitter, Radio. Find him on Twitter at Roseberg, and good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.